It's time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news here on KALH, weather always comes first. A strong Pacific storm will pound California through tomorrow with heavy rain, mountain snow, and strong winds. Flooding is possible from the Bay Area to the Sierra. Snow totals over a foot at the highest peaks. Warm above normal temperatures continue for the central U.S. There's a developing system bringing rain and storms to the Great Lakes tomorrow. Closer to home, warm, dry temperatures continue across southern New Mexico with near-record highs today. A Pacific low will bring breezy southwest winds on Sunday with a slight chance of showers near the Arizona line. Cooler air on Monday and Tuesday behind a Pacific front. Precipitation chances increase for the latter half of next week. We'll have another look at the weather following this news.
This is Range Control with roadblock information for Friday the 14th, Highway 70, Highway 380, Highway 54, War Highway, Owen Road, and Nike Avenue will be open all day.
Our lead story breaks my heart. Tularosa School Superintendent Todd Lindsay says he's finally stepping down, but not until January of 2026. Woo! In a long farewell letter, he calls the decision heart-wrenching and thanks the community for what he calls the best years of his career. The best? This is your best? He says he hopes he's leaving the district stronger than he found it and credits staff for every success. Except for those you fired, right? Lindsay says it's simply time for a new chapter, which happens to occur in the middle of a school year. But as far as that new chapter goes, some of us are ready for that chapter to start right now. Anyway, normally at this point I would wish you the best, or I would have some words of encouragement. Instead, all I have to say to you, sir, is, see ya, schmuck!
Damn!
The Otero County Sheriff's Department has received a $570,000 Department of Justice grant to hire more deputies and expand community policing efforts. The funding will boost patrol coverage, response times, and partnerships with local schools, neighborhoods, and businesses. The New Mexico Museum of Space History has temporarily closed the Rocket Park as crews restore Little Joe 2, one of only two surviving Apollo-era test rockets. Visitors can even watch the restoration work as it happens. Christus, Southern New Mexico, has earned the top patient safety rating from the Leapfrog Group, moving from a B to an A in the latest national survey. The grade reflects excellence in preventing medical errors, safe surgical practices, and quality care. Residents on Oregon Avenue from 10th to 14th Street should expect a water shutoff Monday, 7:30 in the morning to around 10 in the morning. Crews are going to be working on a main water line, which could cause low water pressure, discoloration, or even a temporary service disruption. Now, crews are going to be working quickly to get that service back up and running at 100%, so please be patient during the repairs. Alamogordo's 100 Women Who Care celebrated their 34th meeting by awarding Alamogordo High School's BPA students. Over 160 members have now donated $400,000 to local nonprofits through just 4 meetings a year. Proof that community, personal responsibility, and teamwork get real results. Special thanks going to Empire Insurance for helping make it happen. Mateo's Mexican Food is closing all 4 of their locations, including Alamogordo, citing soaring costs, declining sales, and a commitment to quality. This closure reflects the harsh reality that small businesses are facing today: soaring inflation, political gridlock, and the historic government shutdown that left thousands of operators stranded. Local favorites are disappearing, proving that overregulation and economic uncertainty hurt communities. Alamogordo is going green brilliantly. Parks and Rec and the Public Works Department have teamed up with Naturally Balanced Farms to launch goat grazing at the 16th Street ditch. These 4-legged landscapers are tackling the weeds naturally, cutting back on chemicals and machinery. So if you want to swing by, you can check them out as they work. They even take lunch breaks. Today is Friday. It's time for a cat chat from Kitty City.
Hi, this is Kathy Denton with Kitty City, and welcome to this week's edition of Cat Chat. The adoption event at the White Sands Mall last Saturday was a huge success. While we adopted several black kitties during the Black Tie and Tails Black Cat Adoption event featuring all black cats, we also adopted quite a few other cats and kittens that were at the mall. I would like to thank our community for your constant and loyal support of Kitty City, and a huge thank you to the many volunteers that assisted us with this event. Today I'd like to feature some young kittens that are being raised in foster homes. This brings to light that while kitten season has certainly slowed down, it is by no means over. And we would like you to know that Kitty City will have kittens for adoption right through December and into the new year. Here are some of those kittens. Raven is a strikingly pretty female black kitty. This little 11-week-old Fluffy was the lone kitten remaining from her two siblings adopted at the mall on Saturday. So she was taken home with one of our fantastic fosters, who says that once Raven settled in and was accepted by her new roommates, she's a sweet and purring pussycat. She has shown she makes friends quickly with other kitties. Also in a foster home is Alex, a 6-month-old gray tabby. Alex is a real sweetie. If a gentle, agreeable kitty is what you are looking for, Alex is your boy. He's very quiet and complacent, and he loves being picked up and held. He remains very quiet and just soaks in the admiration from his person. He is quite the kitty. Linus and Charlie Brown are buff tabbies, and their brother, Schroeder, is a gray tabby. These delightful and social boys are now 2 months old and ready for adoption. We are sure they will show up at one of our upcoming adoption events at the mall very soon. Come see Raven, Alex, Linus, Schroeder, and Charlie Brown at Kitty City at 56 Stanley Ranch Road, Monday through Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., or check out our website at www.kittycitynm.com to see all our amazing kitties available for adoption and waiting for their forever home. Tomorrow, Saturday, November 15, please stop by the White Sands Mall and join us at our Kitty City adoption event from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We will have cats and kittens and puppies and dogs available for adoption from Kitty City and Alamogordo Animal Control. Kitty City Thanksgiving Special 2 cats for the price of 1 will be in effect. And on Alamogordo Animal Control Facebook page, check out #AlamoFreeFurryFriends for dogs that have had all their adoption fees paid. Come and join Kitty City and Alamogordo Animal Control at the White Sands Mall tomorrow, Saturday, November 15, and next Saturday, November 22, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for our adoption event. These cats and kittens and puppies and dogs are waiting for their forever family. This has been Kathy Denton with this week's edition of Cat Chat. I'll be talking with you next week from Kitty City. Kitty City and you. No one loves them better.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Hi, it's me, here to tell you about AlamogordoTownNews.org. This is Otero County's #1 source for local news, sports, and community. Quite frankly, AlamogordoTownNews.org is the big LES news service online. AlamogordoTownNews.org is a Second Life Media affiliated company.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
Las Cruces police are teaming up with the FBI and U.S. Attorney's Office to finally hold repeat offender Neil Garcia accountable. We've talked about Garcia before. He's been arrested over 70 times in the last 3 years. His charges are constantly being dismissed by the state courts because they say he's incompetent. So then he gets out and he does it again. But not this time. Police Chief Jeremy Story.
Neil Garcia is in federal custody facing Hobbs Act robbery charges involving threats of violence and interference with commerce. If convicted, he faces up to 20 years in federal prison and will remain in federal custody pending trial.
Police say this partnership proves that when local and federal law enforcement work together, dangerous criminals cannot slip through the cracks. A Fort Bliss soldier was arrested on Tuesday in Cruces for allegedly attacking his girlfriend. Private Ryder Scott reportedly threw her down and pinned her to the floor inside of a restaurant before a waitress stepped in. Scott faces 2 battery charges. He's been released on bond with strict conditions barring alcohol, drugs, weapons, or contact with the victim. A toxic chromium plume from the Los Alamos National Laboratory has spread onto Pueblo de San Ildefonso, exceeding state groundwater standards. Officials say drinking water is not immediately at risk, but long-term exposure can cause cancer. The New Mexico Environment Department blames failed DOE mitigation efforts and plans to file a lawsuit. Albuquerque is moving to declare quirky used books a public nuisance over a homeless encampment on the property. Owner Gillum Curley allows some homeless people to camp after the city's encampment sweeps made public spaces off limits. He spoke with KOAT.
When the city began escalating its encampment sweeps and criminalizing the presence of unhoused people on public property, we felt we needed to do something for these people who we had gotten to know. So we did allow a few people to camp at the back of our parking lot.
His neighbors are claiming garbage, graffiti, and property damage. That's prompting a civil complaint. The city says court action is the next step, and the encampment residents, they face uncertainty. Valencia County homeowners are facing unexpected property tax hikes after a clerical error nearly doubled the county's assessed value. Some bills jumped up over 22%, which shocked the residents who are already struggling with these costs. Valencia County Assessor Celia Dittmeyer spoke with KRQE.
What should have been a $200 million value for the county overall was submitted as $2 billion.
So it's an oops? So then fix it. Except they can't. Not that fast. The first half of that bill is still due December 10th, but they say corrections will be made for the second half. County Treasurer Ron Size urges patience, promising no penalties or interest will be unfairly applied. Bernalillo County Metro Court Judge Shawnetta R. Estrada ruled charges will not stick against a woman accused of shining a laser at a Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office helicopter.
There's no probable cause. Statute does require that it is a missile, projectile, or object. So the light itself being an object, I think, is just a failure in the drafting of the law.
Deputies made it clear that the laser temporarily blinded the pilot. That could have caused a very serious accident. Bernalillo County Sheriff John Allen is pushing lawmakers to tighten that law. Prosecutors are exploring federal options in order to hold this lady accountable. Sports and weather are coming up next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
30 matches for New Mexico volleyball today, including Reynoso at Santa Fe Prep. 12 games for New Mexico football, including Belen at Roswell. Moriarty heads to Chaparral. Are you in the mood to go fishing this weekend?
I'm Christy Lepis here on Crazy Radio, and it's time to check out where the fish are biting this week. Let's start up at Alto Lake, where the largemouth bass are playing a little hard to get. Fishing was slow to fare, but a few folks had luck with jackhammer chatterbaits. Over at Bonito Lake, the trout bite was really solid. Multicolor Castmasters, worms, and power bait did the trick. Super duper lures, not so much this time around. Down at Brantley Lake, the largemouth bass action picked up nicely. Anglers using plastic crawdads reported fair to good success. At Chaparral Park Lake, catfish were biting fairly well, especially for anyone using corn. Simple, but it works. Catfish were a bit sluggish, slow to fare when using carp or shad cut bait, but the crappie bite made up for it. White grubs were definitely the ticket there. And over at Grindstone Reservoir, trout fishing was very good. Green leeches and those red or purple squirmy worms were pulling them in left and right. A quick stocking note, Chaparral Park Lake and Green Acres Lake were both freshly stocked this week, so they're great options if you're looking for a place to take the family. And now, our catch of the week. Drumroll, please. Brian Powers reeled in 5 trout at Bonito using worms. Nice haul, Brian. That's it for this week's fishing report. Join us again next week as we track the hot spots and tell you what the fish are biting on. For Crazy Radio, I'm Christy Lepis, reminding you to get out there and take your family fishing.
Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tula Rosa Basin today calls for sunny skies, mostly clear tonight, sunny tomorrow. Your high today in the basin, 78, low tonight of 52, high tomorrow, 78 degrees. In Cloudcroft, sunny today, mostly clear tonight, sunny tomorrow. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 59, low tonight of 40, high tomorrow, 60 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and you can learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. And that concludes this Friday edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. Enjoy your weekend.